Hello, my name is Sarah Dressel. I'm the developer of Junkyard Universe, and today I'm bringing you a little development update. Today I want to talk about the game writer tool, which I also lovingly call my self-programmed monstrosity. After when I first tried to make this game and in Unity, and when I integrated a dialog engine plugin, it completely broke my code. I decided to, well, make my own dialog engine this time, so at least it's gonna be my own code that breaks my code. And I've been working on this for a while, and right now I'm working on a part that it also is able to, yeah, output the German translations of the dialogues. Since I want to make a at least bilingual game, maybe I'll add Japanese later, but I'll need a translator for that. So yeah, now I can work at both languages at once. So let's look at this thing. This is my game writer tool, and for starters, let's look at the scene tree, because here I have my dialogue threads. A dialogue thread is like a conversation thread, like a conversation about one topic. And each of those dialogue threads has a dialogue option. This is what we're talking about currently. I called this one Hunger Dissolver because that's where it happens. I didn't find a better name for it, but it doesn't matter. And then I have those dialogue snippets. This is the most common dialogue snippet, the one with a button to just go next. And here I now can translate it. The German equivalent of next is weiter. So, and this is the English original text, and I can now add here the German text. Yes. So we can now also complain to Meredith about wasting her pilot license in German. Yay! So how this works is you add a dialog thread. First of all, you always need a dialog thread, and then you add the text snippets with the text. Those snippets also have, which is very important, this dialog position. Right now I have to input this dialog position by hand, which is why this tool will never be useful for another person, because if you mess up this dialog position, the conversation will not work. Actually, it's supposed to be an ID, but I didn't figure out how to do this. So if anyone knows how to turn this into an ID in the editor, I'd love to know how. So I can also say who's speaking. I didn't use the names here yet because the names might still change. So dissolver just means the dissolver guy is talking to me. And I can also decide, sometimes I want another load position instead of the normal dialog position, because this might be, sometimes there's a question and then you can answer, and it doesn't really make sense if you only display the answer. So I would put the dialog position to the question. I can add a companion snippet, which is also important for the question and answer part, because I want to display the question and the answer at the same time. Then I can hide and show the speech bubbles of myself or other speakers. In this case, I am hiding the ship, because usually the ship is there, but in this scene it isn't. And I make sure I'm showing the dissolver avatar. So because if the avatar isn't there, he can't talk. And then I can set a few more conversation events that depend on the conversation. For example, I can change the name of the player inside conversations. And I have this relation stuff, because sometimes what I say will change the relationship with my ship, the relationship. Okay, sorry, I couldn't resist. Or with any of the other important characters. I can signal changes to the player that happened at this conversation part, which is kind of, you can repair it or recharge stuff. And I can add additional code if there's something I forgot to integrate here. I can just add some random code here, which is also a perfect way to completely break this if you're not careful. And then, of course, there's the actual text. Okay. Now, if you're happy with what you lined up here, all the little back and forth speech snippets, then I stop the tool and I export it. And this is the new thing. Like before, I could export GDScript code English only. Now it does GDScript code and it sees. How do you pronounce this in English? In German, we say it CSV. CSV sounds weird. Anyway, for multilingual support, and then if I press this button, nothing exciting happens. At least you don't see anything happen. But if I go to my game writer tool and go to conversation engine shapes, and then of course I go to multi-language because this is what I want. Then first of all it outputs the thread code of the where is it? Here, Hunger Dissolver thread, which looks like this, which I can then copy over into Junkyard Universe. Again, you see here, but oh, what's happened here? There's no text at all. There's just this weird key, Hunger Dissolver 0 confirmation button and Hunger Dissolver 0 text. And the next one is Hunger Dissolver 1 confirmation button and Hunger Dissolver 1 text. And this is because it's translated. These are just keys. And the actual text comes from the translation. This is a CSV. CSV? Maybe that's how you pronounce it. Never mind. And I can open this either with the editor. You see this basically it's just plain text. But you can also, because it's a comma separated CSV, you can also open it with a calculation program. I have the Open Office calculator. You could also open it with Excel. And here, this is all in German, of course, because my computer is German. It's comma separated, and it also recognizes that those are just also additional separators. And then I go, okay. You don't have to open it, by the way. It's just so you can look at it. So, and what this does, it has these keys, all of them, and then it has the text in English, and it has the text in German, and it could also have, which it doesn't have yet. This is a mess. let's adjust this a little. Okay. So that we can see all the languages at once, and then we can read them because they're, well, you see, I usually don't open this because I don't need to. Give me a bit of a line break. Yes. Okay, now. For example, here, the first text is here. The English version is this. God damn it, Meredith. Do you really want to waste your A+ pilot license just to fly a junk ship? And the German version is verdammt, Meredith. Du hast doch keine 1A Pilotenlizenz, nur ein Schrottschiff zu fliegen. And then I could add some fancy Japanese. But I don't have it yet, so this is it. And it doesn't matter, this is empty so far. That won't trip up Godot. That's fine. So then I'll just not save it because I don't really need to save it. Now, to transfer this into Godot, I open Junkyard Universe, which I already have open here because I'm working on it all the time. Then I have to open the Hunger Dissolver conversation. Then I'd copy, first of all, I had to copy this thread code. Goes here, which won't change anything because I didn't change anything. Just to make sure, did I copy the right? Yes, I have that right. This comment is very important to make sure you have the right conversation because at some point they get pretty long and you don't want to always have to check which is which. But right now, I'm seeing now that I have this, I actually can look here because before it was just text. Yay, another advantage of having this. And then I want to import this thing, the CSV. So I also copy this. I go into my project folder, and in my project folder I simply made this folder translation, so I know where to find them. So I already did this once before, so now I'm just simply replacing it. And whoops, now it's here in my folder translation. And I already imported this once before. That's why these are already here. You might want to check if this is okay. It's comma separated, it's all right, and you can also compress it. And if you change something, you need to re-import it. That's important. And also, if you import it for the first time, you also need to make sure the project knows about those translations. So you need to add them the first time you see, I've got all those translations here. And whenever I add a new thread, I first have to add those translations. But I already did this, so if I only update it, I just drop it in there, click re-import, and that's that. And now if we start the game... Oh, I want this to be bigger. Give me a moment. I want this game to be bigger. Because bigger is better. Where are you? Okay. We quit the game for a moment. And... I always keep it small for debugging, because then you can quickly go back to the actual code. But right now I want to show this to you, so it should be bigger. So let's save this. And now we should have something you can actually see. Yes, and right now you can see it's in German. It's a bit loud. I think I wonder what this will do to the video if I not tune down this at my computer. Oh, wait, we can actually go here and do this. Because I already integrated that too. Yes! So, now, this is in German. I'll quickly switch it to English. This doesn't really... I have some messy Japanese here, but that's translated with my little Japanese and Google Translate, so I'm not quite sure if that's alright. But let's go to English. English is fine, because that's the language I develop in. So if I start a new game, and I go for normal difficulty level. Now, this is the conversation in English. You remember? It loads the English part. And it's good that it says this, because otherwise there would sometimes something goes a little wrong, and then you only got a key here. And then you realize, okay, this didn't work. And then you go through the conversation. But now we can also switch this to German. And we'll start a new game again, so we'll get the same conversation. Yes, start a new game. Now this, you see, this is also translated, but I didn't do this in the conversation. The game writer tool, I did this directly in Godot. And there we go, now it's in German. And if I now switch to Japanese, I have to remember which button to press. Atarashi geimu, hai. This isn't even... I didn't even try. Those were easy enough. But obviously I didn't even try here. And what you see here is, this is obviously English, because this is the fallback language. So Japanese, it helps me to test if the fallback also works. But I really like to have Japanese later, so I'll need to see if I can afford a translator. Well, yeah, that's it. But pretty much, Gemu o... yeah. Owarizuru? I don't know. Something like that. Quit the game. We'll quit to desktop. Yeah, and that's it. That's the conversation engine so far. Well, that's it. And Again, thank you for listening. I hope you find it interesting. If you have any question, as always, please leave it in the comments. If you have any ideas about my ID problem, please feel free to advise me in the comments how to do this correctly. Or if you just want to comment or share anything else, feel free to say hello in the comments. And I'd like to see you again, and bye-bye.